Hey you guys! You know, I feel like I always start these income report videos as like oh no, guess what happened this month? But you know what? I need to take a positive spin on this because business, self-employment, it's just one of those things that you have to write out. You're gonna have a great year, maybe the next year not so great. There's obviously some wins and obstacles, and I'd say let's just get into it. We'll talk about my October income in this video. Hey, what's up guys? This is Justine with Debt Free Millennials, the channel to help you crush your debt and live payment free and talk about earning money as a self-employed individual running an online business. So I do this in a variety of different ways. I think having multiple streams of revenue is the way to go if you are operating an online business. If you want to become a content creator, an influencer, what have you, it just makes sense. So let's go ahead and hop into how much money I made last month. For client work, this always is the biggest source of revenue for me. I brought in $5,275. Affiliates brought in $417. Digital products brought in $512. And YouTube brought in $2,649. So the total I brought in was $8,853. Now, obviously I don't get to keep all of that money because I do have expenses and taxes to pay on that. So let's hop over to my business budget and I'll show you exactly how much I spent. So inside of my business budget, I keep a running list of all of the different subscriptions that I have that helps to operate my business. And then I also have some of my recurring costs, such as things like my subscription to using WeWork, any labor and contractors that I might have, and then putting aside some money for things like client holiday gifts or just any software equipment updates that I might need to make in the future. So what actually hit my bank account, I know I said I had my revenue of $8,800. What actually hit my bank account this past month was $6,543. I also had about $1,000 in expenses. I did not contribute to my SEP IRA this past month. And I think I said in my last video, I was just feeling like a little anxious and worried about where the money was coming from. And because my revenue has been a lot lower the past couple of months, I said, let me just take a pause on this SEP IRA contribution and see where we land. Now, because I did that, I actually did not lower my pre-tax income, which means I kind of paid a little bit more in taxes, right? Like, let's see if I was to do that $1,000. Okay, so had I contributed to the SEP IRA of $1,000, then I would have paid less in taxes. So I would have paid $1,600 in taxes, but instead I paid $1,900 in taxes. There you go. Hopefully my CPA will help me figure that out so that I can make those contributions up and lower my taxable income. Regardless, I set aside that money and my after-tax take-home was $3,490.66, so about $3,500. Now, what's interesting, before I hop off of this and go into my obstacles and wins, I wanted to show you exactly what the year is shaping up to be. I had a goal, this is funny now, I had a goal of making $150K in revenue. Well, after I input all of my revenue into kind of this sheet on my Google Sheets, it's looking like I've made $89,000 in revs so far, which means in order to make that up, I've got to be making about 30 grand over the next 30 grand in November and 30 grand in December. So 60 grand in order to hit that goal. I don't think that's going to happen realistically based off of past months. What I could see happening is if I can still hit six figures easily because that's only about $11,000 away. So if I was to take, let's just see what the average is across the last 10 months. Okay, so I've been averaging about $8,900 a month. If I was to do that for next month, I definitely know I'll do it for next month. And December, then I easily surpass the $100,000 marker, which is great. I think that's awesome, knowing all that's happened this past year, what projects took me away from making more money. So I think that is definitely possible and something that I'm really proud of, because then that would mean 3 years in a row I've made 6 figures. That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's go over the obstacles first, because I did have some challenges this past month. I started working on a landing page for a financial wellness program for employers to offer their employees as part of an employee assistance program or an employee resource group. So the page is live. I will link to that below for you to check out. If you want me to come speak, or you are an HR professional looking for an outside resource to talk about practical debt management, saving, building a budget, definitely check out that resource and give me a call, because I would love to be that workshop leader for you. The obstacle with that is I've had a lot of feedback from my mastermind group about different components to add in. So just trying to think about what would make that most attractive to potential clients. And then also just the initial outreach. Who do I go to? Do I go directly to companies? Do I go through HR associations? Do I do Chamber of Commerce type communities, organizations? I don't know what it is. So I feel like trying to figure out who I need to target is the obstacle here. Also, sponsorships are kind of tapering off at this point. I haven't landed a sponsorship deal that I felt was worthwhile to me, and I'm trying to stay choosy and specific with those sponsorship deals, because I only want to work with a brand that I know, that I use myself, that I would recommend to the audience. So that has been tapering off, and I'm just wondering if it would make sense to be a bit more strategic with my affiliate marketing, because I've completely ignored that. And what I mean by more strategic is building in video content that talks about the best affiliates that I have and that I work with, and just being more consistent about that messaging. All right, let's go into the wins, because this is really exciting. I wanted to talk to you about this because this was a brand new thing that came up this past month. So I talked to a company, and I had been kind of dabbling with this idea of doing a paid membership group for debt-free millennials. I have a Facebook group of about 5,000 members inside of that Facebook group. I'm not active on the Facebook group mainly because I am so focused on creating video content for YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok that it keeps me from actually perusing the feed on Facebook and answering people's questions. What I thought would be a happy medium is to either go inside that Facebook group and talk about a paid membership, in which this would be a text message based service. So you would sign up for a text message membership with me, and then any type of financial questions that you might have that pop up during the month, you could text me that question, and I could text you back right away. It would be an exclusive thing where maybe you feel like you can't afford the subscription for Budget Bootcamp, which is more intensive, it's more one-on-one, it's that high touch offering. This would be something lower tiered. I haven't figured out the price point yet. I thought about $5 finance. And so for $5 a month, you could get your finance questions answered from me. I could send out helpful tips to you first before I share it on social media. So let me know your thoughts. Would you be interested, or do you think this is a good idea to add this text messaging membership as part of my digital product offering? Also, going back to that corporate program, the financial wellness workshop page is live, and I am sharing that. So I'm really proud that that's another tangible piece that I can actually start showing people and say, this is a real thing, this is a real product that I'm offering, let's go ahead and do this. And the website seems to be working for now, because I was able to create that page. Last month I was talking about how the website was all wonky, and I was thinking about just completely abandoning WordPress, and I'm like, okay, it's not broken, let's continue to use it and we'll figure it out, especially now when I'm just trying to figure out new revenue streams and really build up that income. I think it would be awesome to set aside, that's an idea, I'm gonna write that down. Create a sinking fund for new website and design. That would be amazing. If I could hire a web designer to do an overhaul of my website, I think that would be worth setting aside money for. Okay, I'm also really excited that I've pretty much come up with a work routine, or I'm getting back into a work routine again, because we moved in September. October felt like I could actually get into a routine where I was more consistently going into the WeWork office, getting things done, filming videos. Every Wednesday is usually when I like to film content. Today's Friday, but I find like once a week I'm getting in and filming my videos, so that feels really good, and that feels like a big win for me. I also realized there's only 2 more months of 2022. What are my business goals? What's achievable at this point? Because I've had to ditch the 150K revenue goal. So what are my other goals? I also had a goal of achieving, at the beginning of the year, I wanted to hit 15,000 followers on Instagram. Well, I hit that last month or the month prior. And so I'm like, okay, I'm actually really excited about that goal. Let me make more consistent content on Instagram, but also content that reflects the videos that I'm putting out. So I'm trying this idea of just taking like 60-second clips from full-length YouTube videos and uploading them as reels on Instagram, and just testing out how many views I get from that, what the interactions are, instead of making something native inside of Instagram. So I'm kind of toying with that. Okay, my goals for the rest of the year. I want 65,000 YouTube subscribers. I'm pretty close to that already. I think as of today, I have over 58,000. So I think if you know your friends or family who might be interested in this channel, definitely send it along to them, have them subscribe. I also thought it would be really cool to have a weekly email showcasing my digital products to those who have not previously purchased from me. I have over 14,000 subscribers on my email list. And so I thought, well, not everybody has purchased the workbook. Certainly not everybody has purchased Budget Bootcamp. And I also have the opportunity to talk to them about things like my Investing for Kids activity book, which was published in September. I could talk to them about the text messaging membership and the corporate program. So I always do my weekly e-newsletters on Friday. So I thought of adding a second email throughout the week that talks more specifically about one product. I think that would be really easy for me to do. I talked about 4 reels per week, and 2 of those at least would be based off of my YouTube videos. And then I want to add a promotional video for my financial wellness workshop page. I think a promo video of like 2 to 3 minutes of just introducing who I am and what I can provide as part of that workshop, I think will help build trust, especially with new clients, so that they can see how well I talk on screen, my professionalism, and also I'm a friendly face and I can talk about money in a way that's easy to understand, and we don't have to take it so seriously, that we can also have fun with it. So those are my goals. Those are 4 goals. Well, now I created the 5th goal of creating a sinking fund for a new website and design makeover, which I think would be really awesome. Okay, you guys, I feel more positive. Yesterday on stories, on Instagram stories, I was kind of like, I'm nervous about my business revenue. I'm nervous about affording LA, but today is a new day. And I'm feeling hopeful. And like I was telling Kyle, I need to take a risk. I need to take a risk with this financial wellness workshop. I've never done it before, but I know that this is something that I will be able to provide, and that I think it's going to be a great resource for employers. I feel really confident that something like this is really going to benefit people. So there you go. Feeling hopeful, feeling excited. If you like these types of videos, as always, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Show me some love. That really helps out the channel and supporting debt-free millennials. I'll catch you in the next one.